Well, coming to the hood, or to see what's under the hood of the Jeep. This is a very big car. The hood, even the hood door is quite big. You feel the weight of it. And coming into the engine bay, we are met with a 3-liter engine diesel that produces 240 horsepower and 569 Newton meters of torque, which is quite a big engine, as you can see. And what makes the particular car such a pro is that the V6 engine is quite reliable and very, very strong. And considering its other trims, like when Jeep were manufacturing the Grand Cherokee, they made up other trims in that there is a 5.7-liter engine, there is a 3.2-liter engine, there is a trim that has a 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 engine, but that particular model was later given another name, which was the Truck Hawk. And as some of you might know, some of you petrol heads out there, you've heard that name, Truck Hawk. That car is just a monster when it comes to truck racing, in that it even takes out supercars, the likes of Lamborghini Huracan. And if you see that the Truck Hawk can do that, don't underestimate the Grand Cherokee. This is the smaller sister of the Truck Hawk, and the engine is quite good, and coming with a stock 5-speed automatic gearbox, making it quite reliable. It has a smooth transition of the gears. The ride is very smooth, very light. Something to also note about the Jeep Grand Cherokee is the engine size. Of course, as you can see, the engine, and it does have a lot of space when looking at the sides. As you can see, it does have a lot of side. And I saw this in a YouTube video. They were saying that most people used to upgrade the V6 engine to a V8 engine, and the V8 engine was a 5.7 or the 6.2-liter V8 Hemi V8 engine. And when you hear the word Hemi, Americans don't play around when it comes to power. That car produces around 830 or 860 horsepower. That car is wild when it comes to powers. And something to also note about the car, it does have a dipstick, which is right here, in which you are able to check your fuel limit. You know the height of the limit or not, and fix and maybe add the fuel or not. But it's usually very nice to on a regular basis to check the level of your engine oil. The engine oil is very crucial. And something else to notice about the layout of the engine bay is that the battery of the car isn't placed on the front or anywhere. As you can see, you cannot track the engine bay anywhere, as the battery is mounted at the back of the car, uko kwa boot somewhere uko chini, or under the seat, somewhere around uko. But it's somewhere behind there, and up here on the engine bay, aina battery. Now, having exposed some of the major features of the engine bay, I love how the Jeep logo just stands out there, as in, just stands out. Anyway, let's move into the interior of the car and see where all the magic happens. You see how the interior and how beautiful it is. Now moving on to the interior of the car, mostly the driver's side. As you can see, the size of the door is quite huge. The door is big, it's compact. What I love about Jeep is the huge size of the car, as in just gives you a compact, big feel of the car. Anyway, moving on to the car, I'd like to get in so I can show you just how big this car is. And of course, we do have a side step. We're here, just step on it. As this is an upgrade to the previous third generation model, which had a lot of plastics in it. It had most of the dashboard was covered with plastics, and that was a downside as it made the car wear out easily. But in the fourth generation, the WK2, we do have the nice leather dashboard that runs all through the dashboard, and it gives it a nice elegant feel. Nice, and I love the weight glosses and shines. And of course, moving down, we do have the controls for the windows and the locking system, the power mirror dialogue over here, and the door is just big, straight, big, and it just complements the car. When you move to the driver's side, we do have a nice 3-spoke steering wheel. The steering wheel is very nice, very simple, and looks very, how can I say, outdoorsy. Just looks nice given this nice trim, and it does have a lot of features. The steering wheel carries a lot of features on it, as it does carry the FCM, which in our Outlander model we did mention the FCM stands for Forward Collision Mitigation System. It does also have the cruise control system in which you can control here. We do have the dialogues for the infotainment system, which we'll get to on the left side, and it does have the indicators and the window wipers and the window wipers dialogue. The lever is on the left side too of the Jeep, and generally I love how the Jeep, the drivers look dialogue. It just looks nice, looks very simple. I love how the driver's dialogues is just simple and looks very nice, very labeled very clearly on the speedometer, as this car is able to go at 400 kilometers an hour, which is 240 kilometers an hour, which is very fast. In Kenyan roads, magari ni mob, so jam everywhere, but anyway, the car is that powerful. And it does have the fuel lever on that side too, and on the left side we have the RPMs and the cooling or the temperature of the engine, and as we turn the car on, we have a middle digital display that displays information to you, different information to you. As currently it's telling, we can check the system, and as you can see, it's easy to peruse through, as it shows you different systems of the car. It does shows you the fuel economy, the vehicle speed, the trip information, the terrain. You can also choose the terrain from here. You can check the tire pressure on its tire. The car comes with a lot of nice technology systems that were, to be honest, I feel like they were a bit beyond its time. American cars, they don't mess around when it comes to high performance cars. And we have the lever for adjusting the lights, either to see far or near. We have the button for opening the fuel lid or the fuel mouth palutekea mafuta. And moving on, that's it. We can move to the center console, but before getting there, you see how simple and elegant the car is. Even the steering wheel has a nice wooden trim on the top, which I don't know how I forgot to mention. It has a nice wooden trim, and it looks nice, looks very well polished. It just complements the car even more with having leather, the rest of the steering wheel being leather. And one feature I forgot to mention about this car, it does have heated steering wheel. It increases the value of the car, as this is more of an elegant car, although it's an off-road car. Moving to the center console or the center area of the dashboard, We do have the infotainment system that comes with a touch screen capability, as I can demonstrate. It is nice and looks very good. A capability, a disc inlet. It does have an aux system. It does have a Bluetooth capabilities, and also has an USB capabilities. Radio, it catches the radio very well. Yauko, as I can demonstrate.
What are we now?
Radio is good. Radio nashika vizuri. And moving away from the infotainment system that also even lets you know about the car, the Jeep. As you can see, it does have a nice Jeep name. Coming down, we do have a dual climate control system, in that you can control your side yako na your passengers completely separately, and it does work. It works very efficiently. Nice cool air. And the dialogues down here, I love how they look very nice, as it does have intervals of non-working buttons, but the ones that work, we do have the traction control system here. We do have the heated seats, heated steering wheel dialogue over here. We do have the hazard light over here, and we do have the parking light the parking sensors button over there, in which you can press on or off, but now you just leave it on always. You do have your own center console here, in which you can place your own things here, but that's okay. The car is very spacious, very utility. You can use it for a lot of things, as we also do have cup holders up down here that are quite big, very big, and can easily support your drinks between you and your passenger, as they do come too. And the transmission stick, the automatic transmission stick that is here, it looks very good, very nice, big enough, and unaona venye imechorwa, just simple: park, reverse, neutral and drive, very nicely. And down here we do have the terrain control system, in which you can set between snow, sport mode, sand mode or rock mode. But it's usually nice to just leave it at auto, because the car will automatically detect the kind of terrain you're on, and it will easily be able to adjust to the terrain, giving you the most comfortable ride you've ever felt in a very long time. Anyway, we do have the dialogues here for controlling your height setup of the car, in which, as I had mentioned earlier, we do have a air suspension system on this car, and in which you can control the car to go either down or up depending on your preference. It does have a height control system over here. You can press down and you will feel the car going down, or up and you will feel the car going up. As in, I love how the controls are very simple, very easy to see. And on the right side, on the left side of the dialogue, you do see the four-wheel drive or the low button, and here we do have the hill descent button. Front ceiling, we do have the huge rear view mirror over here that lets you see behind, which is quite big, looks very nice. And we do have the dialogue here for the panoramic roof. As I should have mentioned earlier, this car does have a panoramic roof, and as you can see, it is easy to control, very nice, moves very swiftly, doesn't bring a lot of issues. Look at that. Even for your hot days, you have a very nice sunroof. You can chill with just enjoying the drive with a very comfortable feel, looking at the skies at night, looking at the city lights, looking at the stars while driving at night. This car comes with a lot of option capabilities. It's a very unique car, very nice, very cool, and as you can see, it does open air, and if you do want to open it more, you can open this. Yeah, that opens that, and this opens the so that even the back benches have a nice view too. The Jeep does have power seats on the driver's seat and on the passenger seats, in that you can control your adjustments height depending on your height. Whichever way you like to set it, it can, even the backrest. And also the comfortability of your back, as this enables you to set that, as mine will be somewhere there. That's nice there. And then, as I had said, this comes on the driver's side and on the passenger side, which is quite effective, quite evolutionary, and to be honest, very simple to use, very easy to use, can be used by anyone, allowing this car to be driven by almost every person of all heights and ages. Moving to the back, we have a very nice seats at the back. They are leather, quite comfortable, very wide. As I had previously mentioned, this particular trim of the 4th generation had wider second row seats compared to the 3rd generation, as it was a bit narrow na watu walikuwa finyana. But in this one, you see the seat is quite good. I have enormous leg room together with enormous headroom, and it's just very comfortable, very nice. And coming to the center here is a dialogue, as I can mention here. The rear seats, as you can see, it is comfortable even for the person sitting on the middle. Although there is a small hump down here, it doesn't restrain the middle passenger from sitting very comfortably. Even with seat belts, I'm sure the seat belt is right over here. You can use the seat belt very nicely, as you can see. Fits very nice, very comfy, even for long journeys. Even with the panoramic roof, I can even just I can tell the driver to open the sunroof and just keep your mind on the stars, you know, looking for the stars. Anyway, and down here we do have the AC for the rear passengers, in that you can set the AC vizuri or not, as the seat have heat warmers. And to be honest, that's a very added feature. That's a very good feature for the Jeep Grand Cherokee, as most trims don't have such elegant features as the rear heat seats, and that just makes the car more executive, more spacious, just more better at everything. Even coming at the back, you do have a pocket where you can put your own things, making the car just big, spacious, very nice, very big. Now, having reviewed the exterior and the interior of the car, I like to turn it on and let us enjoy how magnificent the Jeep created their machine. As you can see, the driving of it is very simple, and the handbrake of this car doesn't come with a handbrake, it does come with a foot brake that is situated on the driver's side, and off we go. And as you feel, the car is quite simple, it's compact, I feel like the car is just wants to go. This car was made with power, you know, diesel power, and it's compact, it's silent, and it doesn't allow, you know, we won't feel uncomfortable very easily, as even the seats are leather. You can easily sink into them, feel very much alive while driving, even on long journeys or short journeys, doesn't matter. You just feel wow. Aerial view you have, the space you have, it's very nice, considering even you do have an sunroof that just allows natural air to come into the car, which is just nice. It's very good, very relaxing. The car is quite silent, doesn't have a lot of issues, as in unasikia gari kona sijui inataka kurukaruka ziu wapi. The car is just driving very nicely, and even as we try to move on Maram Road, you don't even feel the potholes while driving, which is quite nice. As the car does, as I had said earlier, comes with an independent suspension system and an air suspension, in that the car can automatically raise the body of the car, allowing you to be able to drive at, you know, nicely, even in high places, in rough roads. Your stress of hitting the bumper inashuka. That was the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hope you enjoyed the show. Any comments or have anything to say, you can leave it on our SMS number, which is to 4044, or you can follow us on all our social media platforms, which is Shani TV, and we will reply to you. I am your host, Henry Maina, and this was Will's Garage. See you next time.